Nazar with Provident Real Estate. I'm the CEO and founder of Fiv Realty, and I'm here with Peter Abdelmesseh. Peter is not only with Fiv, but he's also with one of our top agents at the Provident team that we have in Southern California. So Peter, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Tell me about the hardest thing you've ever been through in your life.
Hardest thing I've ever been through in my life would definitely be watching my mom go through the treatments at that young of an age. Yeah.
As a 9-year-old, thinking about like losing your mom?
I mean, you're a 9-year-old, you're in a new country, and you're looking at your mom going through what she could potentially make it out of or not make it out of.
Yeah.
You know, she's gone through surgeries, lost her hair, she's gone through recovery, and then watching her go through that and just being, in a whole new country where we didn't have as much support as we would have had back home.
Sure.
So that I would probably say is the hardest thing that I've experienced.
And what did that teach you? Like, what were the lessons coming out of that?
Prayer, to really whatever you believe in, whatever faith, just really lean heavily on that. And also at the end of the day, it's taught me that family is the absolute most important thing in any life. You spend the time with your family. A lot of times I would hear people, taking their families for granted, they don't want to spend time with their parents. They're so excited to move out, do this, do that. And at the end of the day, when, everything hits the fan, that's who's there for you.
Yeah.
I've lost friends, I've lost, girlfriends, I've lost whoever, but family has always consistently been there.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. That certainly that sentiment. What I love about the family that you can create is that you get to pick who those people are.
Exactly.
Right? You're born in the family you're born into, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yep.
But the family that you could create, I'm not saying just who you marry and your children that you have, but I'm talking about your friends that become family.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel that about you, and I feel like, the way I see you interact with people and the connections that you build on a deeper level, it makes sense that it stems from that.
Absolutely. And actually it's funny, so second hardest thing in my life, last year I was going through a very crazy health issue that I went through, and through that time that's where I realized the family that I was born into and also the family that I have created, basically through my friends, through my coworkers, people that are here at Provident.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you want me to go into detail on this, but I was checked into the hospital for a week, and I was getting told by several doctors, you might not make it, you might have cancer, you have something growing in your back, and you might be paralyzed, you might die, we have to do this, we have to do this treatment, we don't know what's in you. And so you can imagine, hearing all of that at a fairly young age, there's so much of life that I still have to experience, but I was able to rely really heavily on my closest friends, my coworkers, people were checking up on me, even from here, you as well, reaching out, and just that sense of family where it's people that aren't blood related to you, but they are your family.
Let's get into real estate. You've been in the business for how many years now?
8 years.
Okay. And you started
in 2017.
And you came right into Provident from the get-go.
I bought a house listed by Provident, quit my job, and 6 months later I was working here.
Yeah. How has that 8-year journey been for you?
It's been life-changing. It has honestly been the best thing that I have done in my life. And I went to school, I got my degree in biology, I was supposed to go down the medical route and follow that career path, and I just decided I don't want to do that for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And I was working in corporate management, realized that's not the field for me. And so coming into real estate, I would hear, you get to create your own schedule, you get to be your own boss. And I was watching $1 million listings, and I was disappointed at my first check. I'm missing a few zeros. But at the end of the day, it was just learning what I needed to do and taking that and running with it. I don't look back, and leaving the public expectations of being Middle Eastern. They want you to be a doctor or a lawyer or a businessman, or else you're a failure. And so here we are, right? So in that, it was getting away from that pressure of what I thought I needed to do, and having my family's support in doing so, and then having your support and guidance in order to do it. And it has been absolutely life-changing.
Yeah. If someone's looking at joining Fiv as a company, what advice would you give them?
I would highly, highly suggest to just jump 2 feet in, right? Okay. Don't worry so much about the name, about what logo you have behind you, or whatever the case may be. Look at how is it going to affect me directly, right? And the reason I say that is because there are bigger companies out there than us, right? Let's just face the reality. There's bigger companies, there's bigger names, there's bigger brands, all of that, which is great. But at the end of the day, Here, you get the training you need, you get the guidance you need. I could pick up the phone and call you and ask you about whatever. You know, all the agents that we have in other states or brokers that we have in other states, like Andy Dan Carter, you've got Brian Olivard, you've got these people that have done amazing things. And I could pick up the phone and ask them about whatever I'm going through, and they will always answer.
Yeah.
And so the collaboration part of it, the community that we have, the amount of training is insane. Like how much I can attend in every single week, and it's actual relative training,
Yeah.
right? It's not something that just gives me an idea that I could, you know, fathom doing, or it's expensive, or I can't do this. There's something for everybody, and everybody's so willing to give and share what they've done to succeed in their careers.
Love it.
Yeah.
Peter, thank you so much for taking the time to connect
Absolutely.
and share a little bit more about who you are and
Thank you
and
for
what to
having me.
accomplish. Yeah, like it's pretty amazing to think about, you know, the sacrifices that our parents made for us to have this life.
Absolutely.
Because there's no way that we would have been able to have it
No.
back at home.
No.
And I'm also grateful for, you know, having children of my own and seeing that I can provide more for them than my parents could provide for me, and their parents could provide to them. And the beauty of that is that we live in a country that provides that for anyone that wants it.
Yeah. And that was one of the things that I really respected about you when I first met you, was you told me one of your main goals, which is, it actually resonates a lot with me because that was always my long-term goal, is it's not about me, it's not about what I accomplish, it's not about what I'm doing, but what I really strive to do is basically what you have built here, where you can walk into a building and you could look around and there's, you know, 10, 20, 30, you know, in this case, you know, 67 agents in our office, and you can look around and you know that they are able to change their families' lives because of what you provided, right? And just like you said, we're in a country that allows you to follow the American dream. That's what all immigrant parents come here to do.
Yeah.
And having that opportunity, having the chance to do so, and then here having the knowledge and guidance and, you know, opportunities to do so, there's no excuse.
Yep.
Like there's absolutely no excuse to not change your life and accomplish all the things you want to.
That's it.
Yeah.
Peter, thank you so much, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.